This time. There we go. All right. Good morning, Doing the Most community. Welcome to Feature Fridays. We are in Sandusky this week for our homecoming kind of series. Wanted to go ahead and give everyone a few minutes to log in. While we do that, we'll talk about community guidelines. Please be engaged today. Feel free to comment, ask questions, but also be respectful of anyone who comes on this show. I wanted to see if anybody is familiar with Lena Brow and Beauty Bar. If anybody's familiar, please drop a like. If you're not, please stay tuned in so that you can become familiar with Miss Bridget.
Hello.
Thank you, Bridget, for coming on here today.
Of course.
We appreciate having you. So I know Bridget personally. Went to school with Bridget here in Sandusky, Ohio, and that's why she's part of this series. But we want to know a little bit more about you from yourself, about you, and about Lena Brow and Beauty Bar.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Bridget Sanders, and I am. My birthday's in 2 weeks. I'm 32 years old. I own Lena Brow and Beauty Bar in Sandusky, Ohio, downtown Sandusky, Ohio. Servicing in eyebrows. That's what we specialize in. Body waxing, facials, and lash extensions. Just to give you a glimpse of what we do here.
The brave body waxers. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I just want to ask you a few questions about your business. What led you to, creating this particular business specializing in brows and beauty?
Well, to make a long story short, because it's just long, I've always been into beauty since I was a little girl. I used to play. Well, first, I'm a nail tech first. That's really my first love. I would choose nails over brows if I had a choice, but it just makes more sense. Made more sense for me to just go with the brows at the time when I made the decision. But I've always been into beauty since I was a little girl, playing with makeup and all of that. So really, the makeup kind of crossed me over into brows a little bit. It's just a blend of everything. When I was doing my course with like nails and graduated, started doing nails, and I'm like, oh, I want to do eyebrows too, so I could kind of be a one-stop shop outside of doing hair, because I never wanted to do hair. I used to tap into it a little bit and didn't like it. So with doing nails, after I became licensed, I kind of was like, I want to do brows, and I don't want to get in trouble with state board and get, shut down or fees and all of that. So I was like, oh, I might go back to school for aesthetics, so that way it's a shorter course and I can just get in and out, whatever. Fell in love with aesthetics. I was aiming more towards facials, and then I used to always be obsessed with threading. I wanted to know how it's done, and it wasn't around here when I first learned about it. And then it came, and then I'm like, I don't know how to do it. And I tried to get hired because they had like hiring sign. They would hire me. Long story.
Okay.
I graduated aesthetic school, started doing eyebrows and nails, and then I started working at a corporation as their skincare specialist doing facials. Kind of fell in love with that. The corporate part of it was kind of annoying, so it kind of was pushing me out the door. So my best friend went to the mall and got her eyebrows done, and there was a black girl in there, and normally it was the Indian lady. So my friend went in there, got her eyebrows done while I was at I was about to say the job. I was at my corporate job doing facials. And she called me and she was like, hey, you gotta go to the mall right now. This girl just asked me if they hiring. I know you want to thread. She said she'll hire you right now. They looking for somebody so they can turn them into a manager for the store after you learn it. And I'm like, what? She was like, yeah, she waiting on you. So I told my job, like, I gotta take a lunch break real quick. So it was in the same area. So I just ran across the street, did an interview. She was super cool. She's now one of my best friends. So she interviewed me, and I got the job, and then I learned how to thread, and then that kind of took on and kind of picked up along with me doing makeup. Makeup wasn't really that big when I first started doing it. I was just playing with it because I've always loved makeup, like I said. And so all that just collabed together, and then I became to kind of making a name for myself.
Oh, not kind of. Definitely.
No.
Definitely.
I guess a little bit. It was creating a little buzz, and then I was working at the mall. My grandma was passing away at Stein Hospice, and I was working at Venture as well. So that was my nighttime job to help support everything that I was doing. And I needed some time with my grandma. They gave her like 3 days or something like that. So I called the job that I was working at and was like, hey, my grandma's dying. I know we're short staffed, whatever. They weren't really caring what I was talking about. They didn't care. So they're kind of like, we still need you to stay. I'm like, I don't really need this job. I'm staying here just to be loyal to my clients, honestly. If y'all won't give me that time. So I was just like, you know what? I'm walking out. So I walked out. That's not good. Don't do that. But I walked out, and my grandma passed like 2 days after. And I'm a kind of person where I have to work if I'm frustrated or something's on my mind, or I'm maybe down about something. I just clean or work or do something. So then, like, I was getting inboxes like, Bridget, we've been coming to the mall looking for you. Where you at? So then I'm like, just come to my house. So then I kind of started working at my house, and I'm like, I can't keep going to my house. I'm like, yeah. I live on Hancock. Like, no, they're going to think I'm on Hancock slinging drugs as people come in and out of my house. Like, what is she doing in this house? I'm like, yeah, I got to find a building. And I was going to move to Dallas, long story short, but that didn't work out. So I found my building, and boom, I'm like, I'm going to dedicate this, get this to my grandma. My grandma loved downtown. So I was like, I can kind of correlate the two, and we have Lena Browns. So just long story.
I don't know who's ever heard that story before.
A lot of people.
Maybe somebody needed to hear that, at least in the audience there. I didn't know that. You've had an amazing journey all this way, and I see you took yourself from a triple threat. You said no, not the hair, but a double threat. You want to do the nails and brows. That's talent right there. Not everybody wants to do everything.
No, they don't.
All right. So, you told us a little bit already about the skills and the talents and the knowledge that you bring to what you do, because you've gone back to school, you fell in love with what you do. But what are some of the things that maybe make your business stand out from other people who do brows or, dibble and dabble in beauty? What makes your Lena Brows stand out?
I would just say it stands out because it's a brow bar. And that's just from what people say to me. They love that I'm a salon for brows. Like, you don't ever see that. And then I just added other things that's a part of my license. But I think that's what really makes me stand out, because I am a brow bar, and I don't just do one type of brow removal. I don't just do brow waxing. You get options of brow waxing, brow threading, or tweezing, whatever your preference is. So you have a preference. So I think that's one of the number one things that stand out. Also facials and body waxing. Like, some people do it in their salons. They may have someone there, but we kind of have more targeted services. So you either getting a facial at our skin bar, lashes at a lash bar, or body waxing in our wax bar, or brows in a brow bar. So like it's very direct.
I would say options. Everybody likes options. So the fact that you have the different options and not just one sole option, I'm sure that brings lots of people to your door. So what makes you, aside from just having the love for nails, is there anything else that makes you passionate about brows? Is it just like helping other people out? Like, what adds to that passion?
What adds to the passion is it gives me opportunity to connect with all different people, aspects of life. Also, inspiration. People come and inspire me. I'm able to do the same. I'm more so in a place where I'm able to be a voice for a lot of people that come. You know, when you go to the salon, it's a place where you can kind of let your hair down, especially if it's just you and your tech. They're able to let their hair down and, kind of release. We're almost like counselors in a way, like uncertified, unlicensed counselors. And I love being able to, if I'm a help to anyone, I'm able to do that, and that makes me feel good that I was able to help somebody. It's more than just paying to get your brows done. You're paying for experience. Not even paying for it, but you get to get an experience and some interaction, and you can come to me or, you know, and have a conversation with me, and it stays there, and then you were able to leave and get some off your chest, along with also leaving, you know, feeling good and looking good. So you get a double bonus. I don't know, I guess.
I feel like it kind of dabbles and dabbles into, like, even without the professional title, title, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
without that title, it's exactly what you're doing. I mean, listening to people, hearing what they have to say, and providing that, you know, service of physical beauty, but then the listening part, that's got to be kind of mentally relaxing as well.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Maybe not for me, I'm just saying.
As long as
you got to learn how not to take it home with you, and you can't. You just, life is life. You deal with it and just keep it moving. You can't stay complacent. So I really don't take. I mean, some days, you know, it could be a little heavy, but you can't take it home with you.
All right. Good piece of advice. Heavy days can't go home with us. So let's talk a little bit about purpose.
Okay.
I know that you're providing beauty services, but a lot of times people are solving a problem or meeting a need for other people. Is that part of what your purpose is as well?
I would say, yeah. I feel like I have a lot of purposes, so that's probably the wrong question to ask me.
Well, how about this? Let's
joking.
rework it. What are the purposes? What are some other purposes that, you know, you see in your business?
I just like giving back outside of doing what I do for a living. I love giving back, and I love making connections and networking. My purpose is just to give back. I'm a giver. I'm not a person that's really good at receiving. This year I've kind of been trying to learn how to receive, but I'm a giver, so that's my purpose, I believe, is to give and inspire.
We can appreciate that purpose. That's a big calling, and not being able to receive. I mean, that something that comes along with the territory too. I can respect it. I understand it more than you know. So let's talk a little bit about planning. I've seen you in recent weeks drop lots of, you know, new information, new services, things that you're doing. But going forward into the future, what are things looking like for Lena Brown? What are some goals maybe that you have, or some things that you're looking forward to doing or seeing come to you? You have to tell too much. You have to tell too much. Yeah, just anything that you would like to share. Nothing major. No secrets.
Major, no secrets. I have Lena Brown's. We're trying to expand. We have a new room. I haven't announced it yet. I just announced the room that we're currently in, the Lash Bar, and the same week that I announced that, I added another room to the salon. So we have that. I can't really announce it yet.
Right.
Have some new services coming. Can't announce that.
But we can tell them to tune in, to be paying attention, because the long story short is the information will be provided in the comments so that you can like, follow, share this journey. So if you like what you've heard so far, I mean, that's a suspense teaser. Let's leave that there.
Yeah. I have some of my brand stuff. Bridget Lena. That's my first and middle name with Lena, and it's spelled like Lena, but it's pronounced Lena. I have some events. I had started last year. This event called Let's Talk. It's kind of like my brand. That I was trying to start last year, and then COVID happened. We were supposed to have like an anniversary thing, but COVID kind of messed up Let's Talk. But I have some things coming with that. More towards the end of the year. Maybe.
Okay. So revisiting things that were originally planned before COVID came in and interrupted everything.
During COVID.
Yeah, COVID. All right. So I do want to ask, here at Doing the Most Media, we have a culture of community. We want to, you know, engage with businesses that, you know, are small businesses, women-owned, veteran-owned, those that have a give back. You mentioned you like to give back, and that's a beautiful thing. Not everyone knows how to give back, and a lot of people think that giving back is only monetary. Like, they don't think about it as, you know, donating time or donating space or what have you. So I think it's great that you're doing that. What are some of the things that you've done maybe in the past that would be a part of that give back that you can tell us about? I don't want you to tell us about anything future tense.
No.
But anything in the past that maybe was like a part of that give back.
I really am. The Bible talks about I'm a Bible believer. I don't know if you are or anybody, but the Bible talks about kind of like when you share you're giving, you've already received your reward. So my boyfriend, he always calls it for show, and I kind of cling to that. Like, I'm not really in the business to try to be a for show person. I like to do things, and I don't need no recognition. So I give a lot. If people come to me, I give. If I see some of my young people needing help, or I see something ain't right, I might take them out to eat, talk to them. If I see they need some help or some connections, make networks with them. I do have a program I call Color Me Pretty, which really means color me with pretty things. And we speak so nasty now, and so I try to encourage, spread things of beauty, color people with beautiful words. And also know that you're beautiful. Color yourself with beauty, know that you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're beautiful. That's really like the basis of Color Me Pretty, and that's more so for young kids. I do a lot of things. I won't say a lot, but I do a couple events every year with the city. I always try to give back. I give back for Farland's breast cancer on behalf of the salon. They do this big auction, and we go and make people feel pretty, even at the event. And it's also like a networking experience for us as well, so people can know, hey, Lena Browse is downtown. So I try to always give as much as I can. I just really don't like to put that all out there.
No, but I appreciate doing that. I don't know. I think you do know that I have a social work background, and honestly, the teens and kids are some of my favorites. So to hear that you pour back into the youth, I mean, I think a lot of times people think that kids are just resilient and they'll handle it, they'll come back, they'll bounce back on their own, and that's not always the case. What we put into them is really what kind of sustains them and moves them forward and lets them be able to give back at some point for themselves. That's absolutely beautiful and amazing.
Thank you.
Is there anything you would like to share with us before we get to the social media sharing information? Anything you want to share. I mean, this is a moment for you to connect with the people, your audience.
I don't know. I haven't even been looking in the camera. That is so bad.
No worries. They hear you.
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I mean, come down to Lena Browse and come experience some greatness.
Oh, yes. Definitely some greatness. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. What am I supposed to say?
Well, if you're in Sandusky, Ohio, come and visit Bridget. I would say, you know what? It is not about what most people say. What you said is for you, and it connects you authentically to your audience. I think a lot of times I think people, and myself included, we're looking for something specific, but that's not always what we really are looking for. Sometimes we connect on a different level with people, and that's what's needed. Somebody heard you today, and somebody said, all right, I'm going to be in Sandusky, or I am in Sandusky right now, and I'm going to go and step into this.
Well, you come down.
Definitely.
Come on. You got to book online.
Oh, so yeah, definitely let them know that. Tell them your COVID precautions and special, that way they know what's going on.
We can't do walk-ins anymore due to COVID. So you would go to lenabrowse.com. Make sure you read the instructions prior to booking, so you'll know how we're following the COVID guidelines. And then it will reroute you to our booking site and book your appointment.
All right, so COVID safety first, and on to some COVID social media.
Yes.
So tell us about your Facebook, Instagram, anywhere we can follow the Lena Browse experience.
Okay.
And Miss Bridget.
So for the salon, it's Lena Browse, at Lena Browse for Instagram and also Facebook. On Facebook, it'll say Lena Browse and Beauty Bar. But for Instagram, it is Lena Browse. For my personal, it's Bridget Lena, and just make sure you follow that page too, because I have some awesome things coming for Bridget Lena, and also Let's Talk. So,
oh yeah, definitely watch her page. She's always dropping something.
No,
I gotta keep up too.
I haven't really been posting on my personal, but
okay,
I'm gonna start.
Well, for everybody who's tuned in today, thank you. If you get a chance to rewatch, let me know in the comments that you rewatched it, and then definitely like, follow, share all the social media.
Doing the Most Media.
Oh, follow me as well. Follow Doing the Most Media. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. This video will be posted to YouTube after this, so that you can check it out there as well. Thank you all for your time this morning, and have a good day.
All right. Bye.